Terima kasih kepada saudara Nusair Majid juga merangkap sebagai moderator program kita petang ini. Dan saya hormati barisan staf Hak Ehwal Pelajar, Encik Azfar, pengelola pendaftar, Puan Rohani dan Puan Masyarakat yang berbahagia dan yang amat dialu-alukan, IR Azril Abu Hassan, Head Technical Intelligence Petronas, dan juga beliau juga sebagai penceramah kita, jemputan kita pada petang ini. Yang saya raikan mahasiswa dan mahasiswi serta program Global Leadership hari ini. Terlebih dahulu saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada semua yang hadir, terutamanya saudara Ayat Azril selaku speaker program dan kepada anda semua untuk bersama memeriahkan program Global Leadership pada tahun ini. Kalau yang tak kenal saya ialah Dr. Nik Fastini Ismail selaku koordinator Hak Ehwal Pelajar di FKE, juga penyelaras program pada petang ini. Jadi untuk makluman semua, kita pada petang ini, saya pada petang ini dibantu oleh barisan SMF sebagai AJK program yang anda nak lihat tadi, saudara Nusair sebagai moderator dan juga saudara Hakim AJK Technical. Terima kasih atas sokongan SMF pada program fakulti. Jadi alhamdulillah, tahniah kerana anda semua yang berada pada hari ini terpilih menyertai program Global Leadership ini. Dan saya boleh katakan adalah yang terbaik dari yang terbaik fakulti Kejuruteraan Elektrik. Syabas dan tahniah. Anda semua hebat. Saya sangat kagum hebat peserta pada hari ini. Jadi saya berharap kecemerlangan anda semua tu diteruskan panjang keberadaan anda di fakulti kita. InsyaAllah anda akan berjaya. Jadi kami di ICT mempunyai program-program ke arah pembangunan pelajar. Kami di ICT fokus kepada 3 program utama, iaitu kepimpinan yang kita buat pada hari ini. Salah satunya ialah Global Leadership, di mana kita menjemput speaker daripada kalangan industri, daripada mereka yang berpengalaman dan kita boleh katakan pakar yang mempunyai ilmu yang luas di luar sana. Sebab kita tahu anda semua bukan selamanya akan belajar, anda akan bekerja, anda akan menghadapi cabaran, saingan dan apa juga halangan di luar sana. Jadi untuk permulaan, pendedahan awal amat penting kepada semua pelajar, pada semua kita punya mahasiswa-mahasiswi, sebagai satu orang kata pendedahan satu cara untuk anda belajar daripada mereka-mereka yang telah berjaya di luar sana. Bukan mudah cabaran kat luar sana. Mungkin anda masih belajar, cabaran anda adalah lebih kepada belajar, lebih kepada kelas, lebih kepada course, lebih kepada assignment, mungkin cabaran-cabaran personal. Tapi bila anda start mula bekerja, anda kena berhadapan dengan semua orang daripada semua lapisan masyarakat, semua background yang pastinya akan memberikan satu cabaran lah. Dan kalau tak mampu untuk menghadapi cara itu, kita akan gagal. Jadi itulah dia InsyaAllah program yang kepimpinan yang dirancangkan daripada HEP. Kita juga ada program lain seperti program-program tasiah untuk membentuk kepribadian pelajar. Kita ada program kebajikan pelajar. Dan juga kalau kita gabungkan dengan program-program dari persatuan, daripada persatuan kelab, jadi semua itu akan memberikan satu orang kata pendedahan berikan satu platform untuk anda berjaya insyaAllah. Mungkin dengan cara sebegini kita dapat bersama ke arah pembangunan pelajar insyaAllah. Jadi okey, jadi untuk hari ini, untuk makluman semua, speaker kita hari ini, Ayat Azril, merupakan alumni FKE. Maksudnya dia juga pelajar seperti anda semua yang telah berjaya. Jadi beliau sangat kata membantu, beliau sangat sentiasa support program-program KI. Terima kasih sekali lagi kepada Azril atas sumbangan beliau kepada FT selama ini. Kami sangat menghargai dia di Fakulti Teknik Syed. Ini satu contoh yang sangat baik kepada kita semua, pada anda semua yang boleh ikuti, kita boleh ikuti. Memangnya kita di Fakulti Elektrik sangat menghargai perlibatan mana-mana ahli alumni untuk bersama-sama program pembangunan pelajar. Okay. Dan of course saya sangat berharap suatu hari nanti ada di kalangan anda di sini yang juga akan melakukan perkara yang sama-sama walaupun dah berjaya, walaupun dah orang kata dah berkejaya, tapi tidak melupakan kami di sini. Ya, terima kasih. Jadi saya tak agak panjang sebenarnya, cuma saya harap dengan program-program ini anda gunakan peluang ini untuk belajar daripada speaker kita, Azril, apakah kita katakan rahsia kejayaan beliau sebagai motivasi untuk anda berjaya, insyaAllah. Guna peluang yang ada sebaik mungkin dan sila bertanya. Azril pun challenge tadi. Belum ada yang belum masuk kan, yang nak masuk challenge untuk bertanya. Untuk tanya apa jua soalan yang boleh kita sama-sama bincangkan. Di luar sana apa dia cabaran, apa keperluan industri contohnya. Dan kita sebagai leader atau pekerja nanti. Dan apa juga yang anda ingin bertanya, insyaAllah boleh utarakan pada speaker. Jadi saya amat berharap kita semua boleh belajar sesuatu yang istimewa daripada Azril sepanjang program ini. Can learn from the best. Jadi saya tidak mahu bercakap lama. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Azril. Saya tahu beliau sangat sibuk. Beliau kan sebarang orang sibuk, tapi kerana anda, kerana Fakulti Elektrik, beliau sanggup meluangkan masa beliau yang amat berharga kepada kita semua. Jadi gunakan peluang ini sebaik mungkin. Jadi saya serahkan kembali kepada pengurusi majlis dan moderator, Saudara Nusair, dan terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you Dr. Nick and Tuan Hussein. So you are student, not lecturer. Okay. You look like a lecturer. Your maturity look like a lecturer. So kudos to you. Anyway, I'm humble. Of course, all the successes are from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Okay. While waiting for Putri to Putri, are you ready, Putri? Okay.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Respectful lecturers, Tuan Moderator, event organisers and beloved graduates. Okay. Thank you for having me here today. I'm honoured to be here and to share with all potential leaders. I'm looking at potential leaders here that could respond to the world well, insyaAllah. So I'm today here assisted by one of my staff. Her name is Putri. And in fact, she's from UiTM, by the way. She's an intern attached to my department. Okay, I don't want to make it too formal this afternoon. And you can see I'm not putting on my blazer whatsoever. Instead, I'm just wearing this official Petronas F1 t-shirt because I believe this could create bridge to all the graduates and we can eliminate gaps and make all comfortable with me. Yeah. So that's why I challenge you guys just now to ask me a lot of questions because this is the opportunity. And I'll do a wee bit of detail of my introduction of myself later as we progress. Yeah. Okay. For today, next slide, Putri. Okay, for today, this is what I've prepared for all the graduates. So I hope this could benefit you all. So what I'm going to share with you a little bit of my profile. After that, I would like to talk about what is your statement of purpose, why you are here. And then after that, I would like to touch a little bit of what's out there, the pandemic, the economic downturn, and then I will pose a question, are you agile? And after that, I will share a little bit of change the norm and to brace the storm. And after that, we shall discuss and charter how you guys want to charter or put a roadmap to your career journey. Yeah. So I'll start straight away later with safety moment and video. This is something very common in our working environment, especially in Petronas, that we start everything with safety sharing. So let's start with safety sharing. Putri, please. No sound, Putri? Tak ada suara. I think can hear me, yeah? Okay.
Boleh.
I think most probably Putri was struggling with the to make sure the voice is there because I think we are not familiar with WebEx. So maybe perhaps while I'm deliver the talks, could explore on how to make sure the voice is available, yeah? Because we have another video later. Okay. Next, please. Because like MS Team, before we put up the slides, there's a function button enable audio. So I'm not sure about WebEx. How? Okay, I think there's something over there. Okay, next Putri. Okay. As mentioned by Dr. Nick and moderator just now, I'm graduated from UiTM, of course, with diploma and degree in electrical in 2001. So basically, I think you can guess my age by now. So after graduated, next Putri. So after graduated, I moved to Aberdeen, Scotland, and Alhamdulillah, I landed a job there in a Scottish engineering company. Thereafter, the company was brought over by Emerson. I believe you guys have heard Emerson. So I spent more about 3 years there as electrical engineer. After that, I joined Shell in UK. Few months in UK, then Shell in UK sent me to Bintulu. Next, Putri. So send me to Bintulu, a downstream operation plant, gas to liquid plant, as a field electrical engineer. I spent for about 6 years in that plant. After that, I've got promoted and moved to upstream. In upstream, I'm sitting at central role for upstream Southeast Asia for about 4 years as a technical authority and section head. Then I moved to another assignment with another promotion in KL for Shell Project and Technology. Involved in project, we call it Enhanced Oil Recovery, EOR, where I involved with designing of a new platform. So the job required me to travel back and forth KL and Amsterdam. All in, I spent about 12 years in Shell. I personally think that Shell really shaped my career, my character, and have taught me a lot. I've got a lot of opportunity traveling all around the world during my days in Shell, Middle East, like for example, Oman, Saudi, Egypt, Europe, Amsterdam, UK, as well as in China. Next, Putri. Now, I'm in Petronas. I joined Petronas in 2018. Within this nearly 2 years in Petronas, Alhamdulillah, I've got promoted twice. My current role now is technical intelligence head, which I took in recently in June this year for about 5 months or so. Back in my portfolio, next. Back of my portfolio, I'm also a chartered engineer, Engineering Council UK. I also got a professional engineer from Board of Engineer UK. And that's about me. A little bit introduction of my profile. Anyway, I would encourage to all to have a two-way communication along the way. So I love question from graduates. So take opportunity to ask. So along the way, I shall discuss or I shall put more perspective in my career overall. Yeah. So let's begin. Statement of purpose. So why you are here? So why you are here? Not here in the talks, not here in the universities. Here taking this electrical course. Is it because your parents asked you to do? Because your brother or sister took this course? Or perhaps most of your family are engineers? Because this course is glamour and easy? Or most probably is it because your girlfriend or boyfriend taking this course too with you? But so most important, you need to know your purpose of your life. Of course, for the Muslim, purpose and bekalan for us up there. But the journey to reach there and along the way in getting to up there is very important. I would like you to remember this statement, which I will use this many times. Stepping out the norm to brace the storm. So back to the purpose. It could be two categories. Next slide, Putri. Okay. The two category that I mentioned, one, is it my choice? If it's your choice, you know your end game. So because it is your choice and you know what you want and you have charted your life and career journey properly. And second category perhaps influenced by others because it was influenced by somebody else. The one that I mentioned just now, whether your parents asked you to take for this course, or your brother took this course, or your sister took this course, or something else. Yeah. So let me bring you to the context of number one. If your purpose is number one, congrats, kudos, and good for you. Meaning that you know what you want, and perhaps in a way you have crafted you to look for it. Yeah. So once you have a goal in your life, a target to your end journey, automatically you will be, by hook or by crook, will provide the vehicle to arrive to that journey. It will push and lift you up and motivate you to get there. Believe me. This is my true story. I would like to share about my success story. I took electrical not because I like electrical. I just like engineering. And when I want to choose the course, I told myself, doesn't matter what course as long as engineering. Well, I ended up with electrical. But during that time, I knew what I want and what I want to be. Even, in fact, my father asked me to be and to take up medical, but I don't want, and I stood up for it. So when I started my electrical course in ITM, so during that time, I took diploma first, it was ITM. I have put up my target and I'm determined and gutsy to get it. So my goal that time was easy. I've got two goals. First, I want to work in oil and gas company. Second, I want to get IR before 30. I remembered some of my friends, even some of the old-timer lecturer, were laughing at me during that time and even put a bad and scary perspective about working in oil and gas. Some say, no life, dangerous, you won't get it, electrical, not in oil and gas. That was the perception given to me last time. But all those make me wonder and make me to find out more on my thirst in landed a job in oil and gas. So I started study big companies profile and portfolio, like for example, Schlumberger. I think you guys know Schlumberger, Shell, BP. And during that time, my appetite was big. Petronas not even in my list at all. Okay, so my thirst for multinational overseas company, and I want to work overseas. So I was so determined during that time. And therefore, I always do my intel and look at what are the criteria needed to join these big companies. So among those, during my third semester of my diploma, after a lot of intels, a lot of research, then I've decided that, okay, I want to work for Schlumberger and I want to work overseas. And you know why I choose Schlumberger? I must say your dean, your decan, Dr. Julina's husband, was the influence. I even had a chat with Dr. Julina that time and I asked her, what is your husband life in Schlumberger? Her husband during that time, I remember working in Schlumberger. And I asked a lot of questions. So from there, I was so determined. So that was it. I was firm and gutsy on my charter of my career. When I have all those info, the requirement needed, what it takes to join oil and gas company, indirectly, you are preparing yourself with all the skills and result that required for you to achieve your goal. Of course, the journey not exactly as you expected, but with hard work and doa, Alhamdulillah, I've landed and got better and similar. So as I mentioned just now, after I graduated, I got married and I followed my wife to Scotland. I landed a job there in a Scottish company, a oil and gas related company. I gained my first oil and gas experiences in company in UK, in Aberdeen. If you Google Aberdeen or Scotland, Aberdeen is the capital oil of Europe. So opportunity for oil and gas is very wide and very vast over there. I had a very good experience. I went to a nuclear power plant. I went to North Sea offshore platform. North Sea is the most toughest offshore platform in the world. And I've been to few gas plants in UK. Then after that, I've got greedy. I applied for Shell in UK. And I landed a job in Shell UK. But because I'm a Malaysian and during that time, there was a requirement to have somebody with a power background in Bintulu plant in Malaysia, in Sarawak. Then I was sent there to a gas to liquid plant in Bintulu. So back to my target number 2. During my career, I've charted the plan towards my PE, and Alhamdulillah, I've got it at the age of 32. I've got my charter at the I've got my chartered engineer at the age of 32, and then day after, from that chartered engineer, I've converted into my PE with Board of Engineer Malaysia. So the thing is, what I want to share is about your goal, your aspiration, your purpose in your life. You need to have that so that you can charter your journey properly. And the journey arriving to it is a journey that you will treasure the rest of your life. Believe me. I've got a very wonderful experience when I was in UK, even though it was like only 3 years, but believe me, it's something that you treasure the rest of your life. Read books, expand your brain and knowledge capacity, and see things from different perspective. You remember just now, I was challenged by some lecturers, some of the friends that you couldn't get a job in oil and gas, those kind of things. But I always look things from different perspective. So that's why I highly recommend the book that I mentioned just now, The Noticer by Andy Andrews. Open up your mind, your thinking, and look at things at different perspective. This book was actually recommended by my wife when I want to fly to Egypt for a business trip. I have a habit to bring books during my trip and read it in the flight during my business trip. But this book, this particular book, I finished read it during my flight from KL to Dubai within 5 hours. 5 hours I completed this book. I finished it and to me, it was really a good book. And I was frustrated that I didn't find this book earlier. So you are lucky that I've shared to you now. So back to the purpose, the second category, influenced by others. If this is what your purpose, so don't worry. So this is the time for you to brace it, okay? Turn it into opportunity in your life. Do not complain or whining about it. If don't like it, do something about it. It is not over till it is over. I'm sure you have a lot of questions in your mind now, because now you are at final year. So find your answers. Don't keep that bogging your mind. Look for that answers. In fact, you should have started early, like what I did. I do a lot of research because I know what I want. Because only you can help you, and again, you need to know what you want. That is the most important. So what you want to choose or how you want to charter your journey, know what is out there for electrical. Electrical opportunity out there, vast and wide. The spectrum cover the entire value chain. Do not contain your mind to utilities or telecommunication companies only, the like of TMB, Malakoff, Maxis, or similar. Not to say that those companies are not good, but open up your mind, look for a broader spectrum out there. Electrical is everywhere. You can see electrical in energy industry, where you can see in oil and gas, in renewable energies. You can see electrical graduates in utilities, power plant, gas plant, nuclear plant. Look for overseas job. And you can see electrical in telecommunication, telecom, manufacturing, agriculture, and many more. In fact, if you look at my experiences, I've covered a consulting company, I've covered a manufacturing company, I've covered oil and gas company. Yeah. So nowadays, all this information is at your fingertips. So that is all about the purpose. Yeah. I stop here a wee second. Do reflect. Again, I'm okay if you want to take. If you want to ask any question before I go further to the next topic. Yeah. I pause a few seconds. I open up for question. At least 1 or 2 questions, then I'll move to the next topic. Nope, no question? Okay. Yep. Okay, to be honest, during that time, I look for money because I know during that time, oil and gas can give you a luxury, and the basic was high. That's why when I do my research and I ended up, I want to choose Schlumberger because during that time I know Schlumberger get paid in US dollar. The graduate of Schlumberger during my time, if I'm not mistaken, about 6 to 7 US dollar fresh graduate. So that's why I was so determined to join Schlumberger. Okay, of course, my background is electrical. So when I joined oil and gas, definitely I want to I want to exercise my electrical background. So that's why I started as electrical engineer. Then after that, I charter slowly. I want to go to generalized engineering, and then I want to go to management to what I am today. Okay, basically both are under Washington Accord. I think you can later you can Google about this. So basically, one is under Engineering Council UK, and then the other one under Board of Engineer Malaysia. So basically, both, if you look at PE, Board of Engineer, the PE in Malaysia, the exam, the assessment are purely more heavily on technical. But if you look at chartered, the assessment, the things that they look at you are quite balanced actually. They look into the soft skills, contract management, a lot of other things. So, yep. Correct. If you look at my target, because during my time in Shell, charter is recognized worldwide, chartered. So that's why I go for chartered first, because in Shell, they really recognize chartered. And then after that, I convert my chartered and I apply my PE in Board of Engineer Malaysia. Maybe I encourage student now, even at the final year, you can start register both as a graduate engineer. Yes, correct. You can start register from now. I think for a graduate, there's nothing much you can do. You need to, because when you want to go for the exam or you want to go for the interview, they start counting from the day you register. So the years counted from the day you register. So better register early. Okay. Okay, the answer is quite simple. So that's why my talk, I start with the purpose. So I start with, you need to know what you want. So there's no preference whether you want to be a professional or an academician. To me, both are the same. You need an academician to teach the student to become a technical person. So it's actually all depends on you, what you want. If you like to do research and you like the work of teaching people, give back to the student, then you choose the academic part. So it's actually up to you. That's why I emphasize the first topic that I would like to start with is, you need to know what you want. If you do not know what you want, then it's difficult. Then that's where you, like what you said, people are, okay, which one I want to go. Then ended up after you graduated, you don't even know what company you want to apply. If you look at me, I've charted my career properly during my diploma, and I'm so determined. Okay, I want to go to oil and gas. I want to go to this company, and I've put up the proper roadmap to my journey. That's why I mentioned the law of attraction just now. Read that book. Law of attraction ni macam, okay, bila kita think positive, if you want to get that thing, you want to get something, you keep on thinking, then automatically you find ways to that goal. You find ways to the journey to that goal. I mean, that is individual preference. Yeah. Yep. I mean, to me, I'm a very daring type of person, and I like always to challenge myself. So that's why I don't. That's why I'm there to gamble myself. I went to Scotland, and then I look for jobs. To be honest, it took me about 3 months to look for jobs. With UITM graduate, I sent a lot of CVs, and then ended up I was called for this interview by this company. The only company called me for interview, and he said, bring your thesis, bring your degree paper that you presented. They want to hear more. Because I think if you know Emerson, the Emerson related to UPS, those kind of thing. If I'm not remember, my final year paper was something related to SPWM, to control motor drive, something like that. So I was lucky. No worries. Thank you. Next, Nat, and next, Putri. Okay, next, I would like to bring you guys to the perspective of what's out there, what present looks like, yeah, where the future brings us, and also the readiness of student before entering the next phase of your life. So, what present looks like. Here are some snapshots of what is happening all around the world that also affect us here. Take a few seconds to look at all these photos. The world currently is having hard time. Pandemic strike us like a black swan. So what is black swan? Anybody have heard black swan? Any voice or no?
No.
No.
Okay. So what is Black Swan? Black Swan is unpredictable event that is beyond what is normally expected of a situation and has potentially severe consequences. Unpredictable and unprecedented event that change our norm. Take a good example, COVID. Our norm of way of working, our norm on how we do and run our business, our norm at school and universities, even in your life in universities, our norm how we communicate to each other. Like for example, these talks, virtual. So all have changed drastically. So that is actually about Black Swan. Global warming. The world is burning. Carbon emission are all around. So the world have even implemented a carbon tax sanctioned in Paris Agreement. So have you heard about carbon tax? Okay, I park it over there. So carbon tax sanctioned in Paris Agreement. So what is carbon tax? Carbon tax something like imposing tax to a country that emits a lot of carbon to the atmosphere. So do you know about net carbon zero by 2050? So people are talking about sustainability, about renewable energy. Typically people talk about solar, but renewable energy is more than solar, it's beyond that. We have waste to energy conversion, we have wind generation, we have biomass, we have circular economy, we have specialty chemicals, anything that could contribute to the reduction of carbon to atmosphere. Oil price drop. So do you think that this doesn't impact the world economy? Energy, yes, energy still depends on fuel gas and still depend on crude oil. And these are still relevant until at least 2050 or 2060. So if you heard people say oil and gas will be akan habis ke whatsoever, no, we still predict that it's still relevant until at least 2050 and 2060. With the recent oil price drop weaken our global economy. Excessive supply over demand slower the entire value chain of the economy. So if you guys or if we don't embrace and step up and agile in adopting these changes, so you might leave behind. Even you might struggle to survive. So again, I bring this quote again. So let's step out the norm to brace the storm. Technology, the photo there. This is the new norm. I shall discuss this more detailed later about the technology, but this is a very good example. In this photo, you can see helicopter versus drone. If before, you need to hire a reporter sitting on a helicopter, holding a big camera to capture an aerial view of image and video for live telecast and news. But with technology advancement, we can use drone for similar job with the same outcome. You save a lot of time, you save cost of logistics and even manpower. So this is how technology disrupt our daily life. So what are you going to do about it? Are you just want to embrace it and just keep quiet, or agile and nimble to the changes? Hold on to these two words, agile and nimble. Huh? Okay, next please, Putri. Okay, this is the reality outside there, yeah? Incidences out there around the world. Let me bring you guys to some of this photo and let me know what are your thoughts of it. Just now, I shared about what generally present looks like out there, but now I would like to zoom a little bit deeper to your relevance. Our energy industry, our working environment. Here are some photos of incidences related to the industry worldwide that change our norm of working. If you see got two photos of a platform over there, a very well good structure of offshore platform, and then I've shared some of photos Like for example, incidents in Kuwait refinery, incidents in ConocoPhillips refinery in UK. It's an oil and gas company in 2001. Incidents of Texas City, a BP refinery plant in 2005. And I would like to bring you guys attention to this Piper Alpha. Yeah, Piper Alpha incident in 1998. This is an oil and gas incident. And this incident actually has changed the oil and gas safety and working environment. You imagine the platform that I've shown to you on the left side of the photo, a very solid platform, burned down everything to the sea because of the explosion. And there were about 226 people on board and 169 were killed and the rest were injured. Yeah? So, next slide, please, Putri. This is another incident. Oppo in Germany in 1921, ammonia nitrate explosion. Again, killed about 500 people and injured about 1,500 people and about 1,000 houses destroyed. Yet, people don't learn. Yeah. Next. Chernobyl, Ukraine, 1986. I think you guys have, you guys know this. Even in Justice League movie, DC ni kan, where all these people, dorang at the end of the day, dorang macam like act like at abandoned punya plant. I think they'll try to portray a short Chernobyl. So this is what happened. Explosion kill a lot of people and the impact until now. And yet people don't learn. Next. Texas City, 2005. This is the most recent. The incident was because of ignition from leak gas to a nearby truck that parking in the process area. A very big explosion. You can see over there, it was flattened and burned to the ground. If you see on the bottom of the photo, the two photos, those are the photos of the POTA cabin. Yeah, in a plant during shutdown or during turnaround, for example. So a lot of people do their work, people from outside, and then they come into the plant. They were sitting and relaxing on the inside this POTA cabin, like a container. So the explosion happened, unfortunately, during the time where people were resting inside the POTA cabin. You imagine the explosion and blast and flat everything to the ground. Yeah. Next. So go back, Putri. Go back, please. Go back to the first, the one that with the grey rhinos. Okay. Just now I was sharing about Black Swan. Okay, Black Swan, unprecedented, unpredictable, yeah, like the COVID pandemic. But this one, normally we call it a grey rhino. Okay, a grey rhino is a highly probable, high impact, yet you neglect the threat. Okay, if you Google, I encourage you to Google after this about all these incidences and then learn from that. And most of the incidences are people neglecting the threat. Yeah? We call it grey rhinos, not random surprises, but occur after a series of visible evidence. So you try Google of all these incidents, you can see. In fact, there were warnings. There were series of warnings of failure, but people fail to acknowledge the failure and ended up with explosion. Okay, so go back to the last slide and the one just now. Okay, stop there. Stop at the Texas City. So why I'm sharing all this to you? To make you afraid to join oil and gas? Yeah? Or to make you pressure? So I would like to think, I would like you guys to think for a while. Yeah? I would like to take a drink for a while. Okay, fikirkan sekejap. I'll take one question. Tuan Moderator, one question. Come on guys, one question. Okay. Okay, there's a reason of all the reason behind why I share all this. So I'll go into the detail later. Okay. Okay. So the reason of all that I've shared to you here is about adopt, about adapt, is about attitude and knowledge, it's about skills, it's about competency, values, honesty and integrity. Yeah. So okay, why? Adopt and adapt. So when you are in your university, you have to adopt and adapt the things that you have learned and apply it appropriately to your working environment. Yeah. You need to be agile and nimble. Remember the two words I mentioned just now, agile and nimble. So if you heard this word before but you do not know how to apply, now I will encourage you to hold to these two words, agile and nimble. So you need to be agile and nimble to the change in the working environment. For example, the theory that you have learned is only the basics. How you apply the theory is something that you need to be creative. Be creative, be agile, and be nimble. Attitude and knowledge. To me, this is very important, attitude. That's why when I interview engineer to bring into the company, of course, the result of your degree is the ticket for you to go to the interview. But when I interview people, I don't look at the result anymore. I look at the attitude. Attitude, if you don't have the right attitude and always think about negativity and lazy, you won't gain any knowledge. Yeah, this is my personal views. To me, you are not necessary to be a clever person, or the most important, to me, the most important is the attitude. If you have the right attitude, and you can always gain the knowledge. You can always gain the right knowledge. You can always learn and to absorb and thirst for the knowledge. Yeah, and then after that you can be clever and smart. Honestly, my diploma, okay lah. I think I graduated diploma with I think about 5 dean's list. And then after that degree I graduated just nice, past 3 pointers. But like I mentioned, the journey just now, the attitude, I always got the attitude and I'm very determined to get something. Yeah. So, but if you don't have it, your cleverness, everything will eventually deteriorate. Always thirst for knowledge. Like I mentioned before, do read books. Yeah. Not just electrical books. Expand your knowledge, expand your capacity. Believe me, the more you read, the more capacity of your brain, and you will have more vocabs to talk. Yeah, believe me, if you read a lot of books, you have more vocabs to talk. You can talk more confident. Even nak cari pick up line pun senang. Okay. Then the next one, skill and competency. Human retooling. Have you guys heard about human retooling? Yes. Something new, right? So this is what I've shared to you. I'm sharing with you guys. Yeah. This is what in Petronas we are keep on talking. Human retooling, meaning that upskill, update, and brace yourself with new skills and competency. Be diversified. In this era now, you need to be diversified. For example, I'm an electrical background, but what I'm doing now, my work not electrical at all. I've covered the entire value chain. And how do I do it successfully? Because I equip myself with diversified skills. So again, the word is agile and nimble. If you look at the intern, Putri, for example, though she's a computer science graduate, but when she's in my department, we challenge him with various tasks. Yeah, so equip yourself, be diversified, human retooling, agile and nimble. Next, values, honesty and integrity. These are core value when you in your working environment, even now as a student. Yeah. This is again back to the question, what is the purpose of you taking this course study? Are you honest or forced to do? Honest with full integrity when you do your work, for example, when you do your maintenance work in the plant or at work site. Those incidences yang I shared just now happen most of the time were related to work not properly done. Buat sambil lewa, yes, negligence, tak honest, just tangkap muat nak buat, yeah. So basically that's the reason I've shown. If you don't have this quality in you now, and then when you go to the working environment, those disaster is waiting in front of you. Yeah. And I myself, I've seen a few incidences when I was in plant in Bintulu. Few electrical incidences where like people excavate underground when doing underground excavation, and they don't really look at what are the cable and piping underground, and then hit the cable, and luckily one of the earth leakage protection picked up and disconnected or isolated the line. So again, when investigate, okay, not the pre-work not properly done, the assessment on the underground cable not properly done. So those are again attitude. Yeah, right, true. So I bring you to the next topic. Brace the storm, ready for the future. This is about technology agenda. So the one I mentioned just now, I would like to detail a little bit on technology agenda. So technology play a vital role in these changes. Yeah. Take an example of this jet fighter. Next, Putri. Okay, take an example of this jet fighter analogy. In this era, why you need to spend millions of ringgit of hiring a jet fighter pilot and to have a jet fighter? Even worse, if the pilot is Tom Cruise in the Top Gun. Pernah tengok Top Gun? Kan? Okay, when you can make use and disrupt the norm and deliver similar outcome using drone. In fact, you can see there's one incident in Saudi Aramco. People drop a drone to the plant and the plant explode. So I mean, I'm not encouraging you to drop a drone in a plant, but that's how technology disrupt. Yeah. If you want to put a jet fighter pilot and a jet fighter and then drop the jet fighter to the plant, it costs you millions. But for a drone, not even thousands. Yeah. So that's how next Putri, you missed the drone photo, Putri. Okay. So basically, future, present and future. In fact, drones, I'll show you a little bit more on drones in Petronas later. Yeah. Next, Putri. Another analogy, Pasar Malam. So this is a photo of Pasar Malam. Retails. In this era, people can save a lot of OPEX expenses by marketing and selling their products online instead of physically. With COVID pandemic hits us, So this online platform of selling products, next Putri, is the one that keep people survive in the business. Yeah. So again, why we need technology? Why I share this? Why technology skills and knowledge is important to you as students and to prepare you towards working environment. Over the years, technology has revolutionized our world and our daily life. Yeah, true, Technology. Yes. Okay, I picked up your word there. So, fast kan? So, that's why you need to be agile and nimble. Okay? So, pegang ayat tu. Okay. So, technology created amazing tools and resources. So, putting useful information at your fingertips. With all this revolution, technology has also made our life easier, faster, better, and more fun. Yeah? So ultimately, technology has positively affected human life from antiquity until now by solving a lot of problems associated to our everyday life. True? Phone. Yeah. So those are some of technology that make your life easier and making it easier for different tasks to be completed. Virtually every facet of human life can be carried out in an easier, more effective, and quicker fashion via technology solution, resulting less problem in one way and more problems in another. So there's always an advantage, disadvantage. Yeah. So brace yourself and be technology savvy. I always look for candidate with technology savvy. Yeah. Like for example, Putri. I can challenge her to do a montage and she can deliver the montage within one day. So that's something, a quality that I look for. Yeah. Equipped with technology skills. Yeah. Upkeep and keep the pace on technology. Know and follow your trends of technology within your discipline area. Okay, start with your discipline area first, electrical. So what technology advancement are there for electrical that develop an advanced electrical world? So you need to know at least on electrical perspective. By upkeeping your attributes on technology. So by doing this, you will be adding value to your resume and differentiate you from others when you apply your job later. Like I said, the result of your degree is just a ticket for you to go for the interview. But do what you can share during the interview, what are the added skills, those will make you surface out from other candidates. Be diversified. Yep. True. Correct. Okay, next Putri. Okay. Pergi belakang balik. Sorry. Pergi belakang dulu. Okay. So how technology help and support Petronas now? Okay. Our new statement of purpose in Petronas at the moment is technology as a revenue stream. If before this, all this while, our revenue stream basically the basic are oil and gas. But now our purpose, one of our target is technology as a revenue stream. With this pandemic, particularly, Petronas has focused on three things: step out, adjacency, and beyond core business. Okay. And how to do this is via technology. Develop and deploy more technology, and how to bring this technology that required by Petronas and develop it accordingly. That's where my department ni baru form in June, and the department called Technical Intelligence. Sounds like CIA. Tak apa. When I tell you the function of the department, then it sounds like CIA. Okay. So the department was formed in June 2020. So basically, I have 3 sections report under me. Each section is headed by managers. So one section, I got technical foresights. Technical foresights ni dia punya kerja do the intel do the sniffing of technology outside there, look at what available outside there, and then advise Petronas in which area that Petronas want to go yang I mentioned just now, step up, adjacency, or beyond core business. Yeah. So we have advised Petronas, for example, to look into circular economy, to look into waste to energy, for example. So those are the technical foresights punya department. And then after that, I've got technical delivery. So technical delivery ni, the get the technology ready to deploy. Reach out for industry collaboration. So now, within these 5 months, I'm looking into a few collaboration with industry. I'm looking into collaboration with Shell. I'm looking into collaboration with TMB. And then I'm trying to look for potential collaboration with UITM. And then I have another one, which is this organization chart is the first few months, mula-mula dulu. Now I'm promoting up Azrul to be one of the head and to look into technical deployment and sustainability. So just now bila teknologi ni dah ready, and then we want to deploy, and then we want to sustain the technology, and then we want to look at lesson learned, those kind of thing. And then I have this is also to show how important technology to Petronas now. A game changer, shifted our focus to step out as the adjacency beyond our core business. And then at the same time, I have a bunch of interns attached in my department. And one of it, the one that controlling the slide, Putri, and she's from UITM. And unfortunately not from electrical department, because electrical department cannot release people for for more than 3 months. Only computer science can do 5 to 6 months. Okay. So basically, these are my team, these 2 iron ladies. Okay. Interns ni, most of the time I ask them to do things related to data analytics, support me with market intel, support the team with market intel, assist with the slide pack, montage, and helping in conducting workshops. So our team is not very big most of the time because we orchestrating people and department. Yeah. Okay. So these are some of our activities that next. Okay, I just share. These are some of our activities that related to technologies. Yeah, the reason I'm showing all this just to relate to the technology that I mentioned just now. Okay, so these are some of our activities. So we conduct a lot of workshops and engagement with peoples in Petronas. Like for example, the workshop idea incubation. Okay, where we put all our custodians. Custodians ni dia macam we have electrical discipline, mechanical kan, process, all the discipline. So custodian ni like the number 1 in the discipline. So dia kira bapa dalam discipline ni lah, the highest technical authority. Okay. So we put all our custodian, then we push into this, then we ask them to come up with ideas, incubate the ideas. Yeah, and then we want to push that ideas to become a solution, a technology solution. Yeah, then we push these ideas into, you can see the technical conversation over there. Where again we orchestrate all this idea and then push to our leaders, to our SVP, to our EVP, and then to get the budget approval, and then to make the technology materialize. Next, Putri. Okay, this is just a snapshot also of our TI watch. Okay, so if you see a lot of snapshot of TI watch over there. So TI watch ni, we call it TI watch. TI stands for technical intelligence. So it's a monthly issuance where my foresight punya team tadi tu, they look for mega trends outside there, analyze and put into like all this info and into a paper flyers and issue to all the staff. Like for example, if you can see information about circular economy, information about specialty chemicals, information about artificial intelligence, about hydrogen economy. So we have a standard format. So my team, we put all this info and then share with the rest of the staff. These are the things outside there, foresighting things. Yeah. And next, please, Putri. And also the team issue a weekly info. Just now monthly, and then little bit deep, little bit macam relaxing, casual macam tadi, like to detail and then to apa, very very technical. So on weekly basis kita ada TI news. Okay, TI news ni where they look into technology trending worldwide out there for that particular week, and then we put up into our issuance and share with the rest of the staff. But again, all my staff, when they come up with all this info, they not just copy paste and coming up with the info. They need to know what are the things that they are dealing with, what are the info, what are the data that they are sharing with. Because people will ask all this info to us. Yeah? Next, Putri. And also on monthly basis, my team conduct webinars. So the one that I mentioned just now, we do a lot of webinars on mega trends. Anyway, have you guys heard of mega trends? Because I've mentioned 2 times already. Yes. Okay, Google it later. What is mega trends? Okay, just now I mentioned Petronas want to look into 3 areas: step out, adjacency, and out of our core business. So our reference is on mega trends. So mega trends, what are the things outside there that, okay, these are the things that world is looking at the moment. Okay, so the webinars that we do, we invite all the staff. That's why we sometimes we have people around 300 to 400 in one virtual webinars. Yeah. So the webinars that we have conducted for the past 5 months, we have conducted about more than 8, if not mistaken. So we have the topics around, for example, hydrogens, topic on future of mobility, a topic about CO2 capture and utilization. Because you know, if in oil and gas, when you drill the wells and when the crude oil coming out from the surface, there's a lot of other things coming out as well. Like for example, mercury, sand, CO, so those kind of things. So there are technology outside there how to capture and utilize these CO2s. And then we do webinars about artificial intelligence and robotics. Yeah. So these webinars, we collaborate with international consultants, Lux Research, and we invite people all over the world to give talks about their subject matter. Like for example, CO capture and utilization. So subject matter in this, and then they share these topics to our people. Yeah. Next, please. Okay. So those are the activity at the foresight just now. So another unit in my department, they are looking into the delivery and the deployment of technology. So just now I was mentioning, we want to create a revenue for Petronas from technology. Yeah. So far for the past 5 months, this is what our team has created. This is what the value that we bring to Petronas. So far we have created about 269 million to Petronas on cash generation, cost saving, and cost avoidance, and from internal and external technology. And then if you look at on your right, there are some technology that created, like for example, under cash generation, technology, the name of technology like Solid Clan, SAP ISIS, ProAssureWrap, NanoFluid, Crony. So those are the technology contributed to cash generation. And then technology contributed to cost saving, and technology contributed to cost avoidance. So this is the other part of my team is doing at the moment. Yeah, next. And then this is something that we plan for 2021 in Q1. That, okay, I'll just show you an example. So we have planned to put some technology at this one refinery in Melaka. If you guys know Melaka refinery, Petronas Melaka refinery. So we plan to put a technology to their jetty, drones, and then we try to put about 4 technologies in tankage area, and then about 4 technologies at the utilities and process facilities. And inshallah, if we deploy all this technology, we can create a potential value about 66 million on cost saving, cost generation, as well as cost avoidance. Yeah. Next, please. Okay. This is also a snapshot of some of technology my team deploying, and we map to our plan and platform problems. How we deploy technology, kita bukan suka-suka ambil teknologi and then kita deploy kat asset. No, we deploy based on the problems of the asset. That's where we bring the value. So how we do that? Kita put a cluster of the problem into the 5 clusters. You can see environment cluster, safety and security cluster, production and process efficiency, reliability, integrity, lepas tu kita ada production and efficiency. So like for example, under safety and security, then dalam bulat, dalam hexagon tu, you can see a drone technology, a sports technology, those are the technology yang we identify to that cluster. So that's how my team works at the moment. Yeah. And then at the same time, you can see some photos of the drone, the helmet tu, lepas tu a bike. Bike over there is actually the one that pointed out. It's a robot that crawl into the tank. Kalau before this, people need to go to the tank and then to do inspection. Now we have this robot to go into the tank and do that inspection. And then if you look at the drone ni we do for safety purposes. Like for example, the drone will fly in the plant and then identify that people do not wear helmet, do not wear safety goggles, do not wear mask, for example. So the drone will identify and then make a sound and then send it back to the center. So these are some of the technology that we plan to we map to our our issues. Yeah. Next, Putri. Okay, this is also just to show you where we deploy our technology to our entire value chain. You can see start from offshore, and then after that go to shipping and logistics, and then after that go to terminals, and then after that go to a plant, and then even into our tankage area to covers the entire value chain. Even if you see to FLNG, we have 2 technology that we deploy at our FLNG. Related to FLNG. FLNG, floating LNG. I think you guys aware that Petronas got 2 floating LNGs at the moment. Okay. Okay, this is example of drones and robotics. We call it animal. Kenapa kita panggil animal? Sebab rupa dia betul-betul macam animal. Like a dog. Okay. Not just develop, kita dah deploy kat Petronas. Then you can see a nama Petronas dekat situ. Okay, so animal ni, what this animal do? Instead of we send people to do inspection on the platform, then we send this animal. So this animal is embedded with artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence done by our people. So the robots ni will crawl into the platform and then do the inspection, capture everything in the database of the animal and then send it to our center. Then we download, okay, what are the inspection, what are the things that this robot do. So we have developed this and then we have deployed at few assets and then we are still, in fact, still improving it. Yeah. And then the next one, drone. This is the drone I mentioned just now. And then it's actually big. And then if you look at the photo down there, those are the real application of the drone. If you look at the one, okay, over there, kan nampak like a circle ataupun square on the people kan. So those are the drone flying and then detecting some uncompliance on the people. And then send it back. Okay, for example, in the plant you need to comply with all the PPEs, right? Safety helmets, earplugs, especially earplugs. People sometimes do not wear earplugs. So the drone will fly and then detect and then send it to the center. Correct. Not to the management, to the control center at the plant. And then the drone also we do as for security and safety for surveillance, for the perimeter fencing of the plant. So if you see sometime, I mean, we have CCTVs or we have like for example, security that patrolling the fencing, but when security patrolling the fencing and CCTV, they got blind spot. But now we fly the drones, 2 drones at the same time. So it covers the blind spot and give an accurate and live information of all the perimeter fencing. Yeah. Next. Okay. Pergi balik belakang. Okay. I'll stop here for a while. I'll take 1 or 2 questions. Kita ada setengah jam ni. I took 1 or 2 questions on this technology first. In fact, people to explore on technology, not many people or many company dare to explore on technologies. That's why in Petronas, under project delivery and technology, okay, in Petronas we have our upstream business, we have our downstream business, and then we have our gas and new energy business, and then we have this one entity, we call it project delivery and technology. So under project delivery and technology ni, we have group technical solutions, where I'm sitting at the moment, group technical solution, and then we have group research and technology. Okay. Okay. Kalau dulu group research and technology ni dia only buat research and then they come up with technology. And then knowing that most of the people dalam group research and technology ni they are a researcher, there are people with the PhD and then some others, ada this one guy ada 2 PhD. So they do research and then they come up with technology. Tapi dia tak ada element of operational tau. Dia tak ada element, yes, dia tak ada dia tak boleh nak implement, dia tak boleh nak deploy that technology. So that's why, correct. That's why they need the help of a group technical solution. So that's why my department ni was formed, technical intelligence. So the role of technical intelligence is to bring that culture of new technology. Like for example, I have that foresight team tadi kan. So that's where you tengok tadi kan, a lot of webinars, a lot of information. Kita bring that culture, we bring that innovation culture, we change people punya mindset. And then lepas tu I have the delivery team and deployment team. So kita deploy, kita help to deploy. Kita put the perspective of operational, maintenance, deployment to this technology. And then in fact, I have managed within these 5 months we have evaluated about 100 plus technology from external. We encourage people to register in our website external. About 100 plus kita evaluate, and then so far about 15 technology yang dah pass evaluation, and then we want to push to deploy to our asset. And then how we evaluate tu, that's where macam tadilah, we try to map with our issues punya clusters. Because we don't want to evaluate all technologies because some technologies not relevant. So that's how, correct. So that's how this my team ni, the new department ni, technical intelligence, bring that shift of mindset, of culture into Petronas. One more question before I got another video. Apa ni, tuan moderator je tanya soalan ni. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, so that's why I mentioned just now the element of operational readiness of technology. So before this, like I mentioned, kita ada group yang create technology, but then they don't look into operational readiness. So operational readiness here cover maintenance, cover operations, how to handle the technology, how to maintain the technology, how to make sure that the technology perform at its best, those kind of thing. So those element tu under this my unit yang lagi satu, yang the last unit I call it deployment and sustainability. Okay, so it's not about just on maintenance and operation, but we look into the lesson learned. So we want to make sure we close the loop. So we look at the performance, we analyze the performance, and then we learn from the mistake of that technology, and then we give back to the foresight, yang foresight punya team ni, and then okay, foresight when they want to look for other technology, okay, this info is crucial to them. So that's why technical intelligence ni, they look into end-to-end of technology management. Correct. So we have evaluation, and then we have technology that ready to be used, and then after that kita deploy, kita ada unit and looking into deploy, and then kita ada unit to look into sustainability, meaning that the lesson learned, and then the things that you need to improve. So then we have an end-to-end technology management over there. Okay. Putri, have you solved the audio problems of the montage?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's try.
Okay. We have another video. Oh, before the video, Putri, that's like. So these are some of activities, the one we do outside for our collaboration, but I just zoom into the activities that I've got with UiTM lah. So the one that the online forum that you mentioned just now. I was the moderator, and then I had a meeting with few lecturers as well in UiTM, and then I even brought some of the I invited some of the lecturers to Petronas to look into potential collaboration. Still in discussion. So these are some of the activities lah. Okay. So next, I would like to share a montage, a video, a very short one, 3 minutes, on sustainability journey ataupun sustainability technology that Petronas developing at the moment. Yep. Okay. Please enjoy. Still tak ada juga. Tak ada sound ke Putri?
Dengar tak dia punya sound?
Suara you I dengar.
Oh,
Tapi yang
suara tak dengar. Sound tak dengar.
uh,
Okay. Ada?
yes, better direct from computer.
Okay. Let me see, okay. I try with sharing with what we call it, yeah, wait. With Optimize for motion and video, is it correct? Tu je kan? Okay. Dengar tak? Tak dengar eh?
Tak ada suara ni.
Tak ada
Penat
suara.
Putri buat video ni. Montage ni done by Putri.
That's all kan? Optimize for video and motion and video kan? Okay, dekat setting ke dekat kat mana? Sekejap I share video. Okay. Kat mana kat sini eh? Ha? Oh, okay. Dengar tak sound?
Tak ada
Oh,
juga.
tak ada eh. I don't know exactly how to share the sound. Well, as long as I know, just click this one lah, kan?
So this is the disadvantage of virtual punya.
So, yeah. Okay ke dengar tanpa sound?
sebab montage ni ada narrative kan, apa voice over. Oh tak
Tak ada pula.
Kalau send to ni boleh masukkan dalam ni tak video tu?
Okay, I
Then
try.
then moderator take it up and you open up from there.
Cuba cek dekat switch audio. Switch audio. This one. You see? Disconnect.
Okay, maybe Putri dengan ni boleh communicate separately sekejap dengan moderator. Then while doing that, maybe Putri can send dalam ni and then moderator pick it up. But while waiting for that, I'll take some question from the students. So let any students you want to ask any question, just unmute and then ask your question. Nampaknya student kita malu-malu. Kita ada 79 people here. Takkan no one dare to ask questions. Come on, I would like to see more breed like Putri.
Aziz.
Okay, tak dengar siapa tu? Come on guys.
Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Akmal Haris. I want to ask, did you list out your objective on a paper to memorize all of your objective for like your target lah? Do you list out your target?
My target on particularly?
On the thing you want to achieve.
Yep, I mean like the one I shared just now, when particularly on the career. So I memang I put up a target. Masa when I was a diploma, I put a very too simple target like the one I mentioned just now. I want to go into oil and gas, and then secondly, I want to get my IR before 30 years, or maybe before at the age of 30. Even during my time masa I study dulu, kan I was talking about law of attraction, the power of attraction. So the power of attraction ni, to the extent kan, bila masa I start during my student time, sometimes I put myself kan, nama I letak kat depan, IR Azril. Walaupun masa tu I belum dapat, tapi that was my dream. I put in most of the things, tapi tak tunjuk orang lah kan. So that's how the law of attraction and how determined I put my objective in my life. So even sekarang, until up to now, if I want to do anything, if I want to plan something, I put it down, I wrote it down, and I strategize it properly. So again, you need to know what you want lah. Any more takers?
Hello.
Yes.
I would like to ask question. Nama saya Akmal Mustafa.
Oh, tadi Akmal Haris. Okay.
Question ni simple je sebab kita kan dah plan, kita dah plan kita punya career, kita dah plan kita punya past, apa yang kita punya objektif, apa yang kita nak capai semua. And then tiba-tiba one day kita kan macam manusia biasa, kita pun stray from kita punya apa yang kita nak kan. So apa yang perlu kita buat? Contoh macam kita tahu kita nak dapat apa, tapi tiba-tiba kita macam lost motivation untuk capai apa yang kita nak tu.
Okay, good question. So that's why tadi I ask you guys to hold on these two words. agile and nimble. Okay. Yes, you are right. Kita merancang, so Allah yang tentukan. So I mean as a Muslim, I always doa tu jangan putus. Okay. So we can plan. Okay, once we plan, and then if it's along the way, you have something in between, a deviation lah, we call it a distraction. So, one, you need to be determined and gutsy on what is your objective. So, jangan deviate, jangan mengalah, don't give up. And if you are still struggling to arrive to that objective, that's where the two words just now, you need to be agile and nimble on how you want to maneuver the things that come along the way. So let's say, for example, if you're targeting to be like the one that I mentioned just now, I target to go into a company like Schlumberger. Tapi I don't get Schlumberger. Along the way ada few obstacles, tapi I determine, and then I keep on doa, and then I've got something else which is better. So, and how I arrive to that, I always prepared myself with other things. That's why just now I mentioned need to be diversified with your skills, and always need to be agile and nimble on the changes that datang to you. Yep. Is that answer?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yep. Okay, ada lagi question?
Assalamualaikum, saya ada soalan.
Nama?
Nama Hamzah Haziq.
Hamzah Haziq.
Okay, pada pendapat Azri sendiri kan, macam dapat IR pada usia muda. So apa motivasi yang boleh Azri bagi kepada kami untuk sometime macam nak dapat juga IR tu pada usia muda, macam apa kelebihan dia lah, boleh kongsi sikit.
Kelebihan dapat IR pada usia muda ke ataupun
dapat IR lah, lebih pada soalan macam tu lah.
Okay, dia macam ni. Okay, dalam my target in my life, I want to achieve all the engineer punya highest achievement, and then after that I put up in my mind, after I've achieved all those, I want to go into management, and then I want to go into generalized engineering. I don't want to just focus on electrical. So in terms of working, by having all those two, it will be an added advantage into your working environment. Contohnya, in terms of your your benefits, your salary packages, because it's added into your portfolio, it surface out you from other people. Like for example, in Petronas, not many people yang ada both IR and chartered. So most of them got IR, or most of them either got chartered. And then at the same time, it brings value into your portfolio. So those are the advantage lah. It's to me, it's more on personal satisfaction, and it's more to how you want to bring your career into the next level. So with all those back in my portfolio, that's where alhamdulillah I can shoot up and bring my career into the next level. I think to get IR before 30 sekarang ni, kalau tengok betul-betul, senang je. Like for example, now you start register as a graduate engineer. So once you start your working, because it's actually required about 3 to 5 months of practice. The problem normally, people don't register early, and then people don't really capture the things that they practice. Because actually the things yang susah when you want to go for submission ni, you want to recall back what are the things that you have done for the past 5 years, for example. Because those are the important thing, because those things you need to put it into a proper report, and then you need to submit, and then during the interview they will ask you all those things, and then ada exam lah. Chartered, dia tak ada exam, dia ada interview. But IR dia ada 2 kategori. Satu is IR without practicing, satu is IR with practicing. So if I'm not mistaken, okay, dua-dua ada exam, tapi yang with practicing ni yang the one, okay, you can chop a drawing, you can stamp a drawing. And then the other one ni without practicing, you have a chop, tapi chop you bentuk hexagon, bukan bulat. So you tak boleh endorse drawing. So again,
Sustainability is no longer
it's
an
more
option.
on what you want. You need to know what you want. Yeah.
Test jugalah kalau nak pergi mohon kerja macam tu kan.
Yes, it will
Twin-
be an added value.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So bagaimana kita punya moderator dengan Putri?
Already passed to Nusai.
Uh-huh.
I think he can play the video.
Boleh Nusli? Okay.
Sustainability is no longer an option, but imperative as it has significant impact across value chain. We need to find our own space and focus to showcase our stance on sustainability. Our commitment to continuing to support the sustainability agenda to meet Petronas Net Zero Carbon Emission 2050.
Gambar tak bergerak. Okay. Try play balik semula. Okay.
Sustainability is no longer an option, but imperative as it has significant impact across value chain. We need to find our own space and focus to showcase our stance on sustainability. Our commitment to continuing to support the sustainability agenda to meet Petronas Net Zero Carbon Emission 2050. Our role now focuses on driving, shaping, and spearheading the group's sustainability agenda through sustainable technology and a sustainable economy. The
So I think tak ada rezeki lah kot. So okay, tak apa. Tak ada rezeki. Because kita pun dah, kita sepatutnya habis pukul apa, moderator? Tak dengar, you mute. Hello? Tak dengar jugalah. I'm not sure. Am I
Kita tak dengar suara.
Ah. Okay. I see. Itulah. Itu hasil putri tu. Okay, tak apa. So macam mana? Oh, video tu Sekejap. Video tu hopefully not to be extended or shared, not to be distributed. Okay. Just the last one before I close. So I think as a wrap up, same like some of the question just now. So finally now, I advise the students, I advise the graduates because I understood that these are the students yang pointer yang bagus kan. So charter your journey properly. Your roadmap towards the goal. So roadmap tu contohnya, if you want to go somewhere lah, if you driving or riding a motorbike, if you want to go to destination B, so to arrive to that destination kan you dah ada your roadmap. So you nak pergi jalan mana, you nak ambil tol mana, and then along the way apa yang you jumpa. So that means a roadmap. So charter your journey and then create your roadmap towards your goal, put a target, dream big, and always think positive. Law of attraction macam I cakap tadi, I keep on putting IR when I'm still in diploma. Okay, and then as a Muslim, don't forget doa, don't forget Allah. A very powerful things yang you should do normally that I keep on doing until now. Solat sunat duha for example, don't try to skip because those are the things yang we can plan, we can usaha, but everything is back to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So don't stop here. Let's get connected with me. I think you know my LinkedIn. So if you know LinkedIn, so just get connected with me in LinkedIn. Just look for Azril Hisham, IR Azril Hisham. Then you just request, you can get connected. In fact, a lot of IX students UiTM yang I met during the talks apa semua, they get connected. In fact, I've helped some of the students get into a job, like for example, a company like DNV. Just Google company DNV, very big. I've helped few students to get into oil and gas. So let's connect, and then I'm still open if you want to ask question via the LinkedIn ke whatsoever. So with that, I'll take some question if you still want to ask question, or then I'll pass back to the moderator. Yep. Okay. Sure. My greatest regret. Okay, itu soalan pertama. Okay, soalan kedua sambil tu I fikir. Noticer. Mhm. Okay. Okay. I'll take the second one. Kalau dia ada perception yang a lady is not suitable for this environment, for example, oil and gas, personally, I think she need to change that perception. Huh? Okay. In oil and gas, even when I was in UK, a lot of ladies engineers. Even if you look at my organization chart just now, my two managers that reporting to me are both of them are ladies, and I call them my iron ladies. I think Putri could agree with that because Putri report to Ina. Okay, so again, it's all about how you want to retooling your skills and how you want to bring you to the environment. Okay, like for example, I've seen a lot of young engineers yang, okay, to be honest, I'm quite frustrated with less questions coming from you guys. Okay, so this shows again how dare you to challenge people. Because what I've seen, most of the graduate engineers nowadays, they are lacking in terms of to challenge people, dare to ask questions. Because in their mind, they keep on thinking that, is this the right question I need to ask? Is this the right question I need to challenge? So those kind of attitude need to change. The mindset too need to be shifted. So again, how to do that? That's where I said you need to be diversified. You need to read a lot of books. Okay, then it will relate to the first question. Yeah, I think the thing that I regret most when I was a student is I do less reading, because during that time I was concentrating reading electrical books most of the time. And then one of the things yang I regret most is actually my English. In fact, during my, I admit, and I honestly say to you guys all, during my time, when I was a diploma, my English wasn't that good. Because I don't equip myself with other knowledge. I don't read books. I don't take it seriously. And then when I mentioned just now, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of portfolio background of all these big companies. And then I realized all of them memang need to be a good English speaking punya ni kan. So then I start to equip myself, but I don't really realize it until I work in UK. So when you work in UK, you work in an environment where there's no Asian at all. The company that I work first in UK ni, only 2 Asian, myself and then there's one from India. And of course, nobody knows how to speak Malay. So I was struggle to bring my English language up to their level. Then especially Scottish lah kan. Scottish dia ada dia punya Scottish accent apa semua. Yes. So that was my biggest regret. Because I less read books and I don't equip myself with fluent English during that time. I too concentrate on reading electrical material. Okay. So again, yang for the second question tu, don't be shy, don't be negative on yourself. always be positive, and then always, like I mentioned just now, to make your confidence level higher by equip things with all this knowledge. Like for example, reading apa semua kan. Honestly, ada one time tu kalau time yang bulan yang I suka membaca, I banyak membaca buku sampai 2-3 banyak. Then I rasa macam, oh aku ada banyak benda nak cerita ni. Even bila I talk to my friend, I talk to my bosses kan, I even use all the good vocals, the good information that I've read. So it make you confident tau with your capacity of the knowledge. Okay, is that answer? I mean, okay. I've given a talk to UiTM last year. I given a talk to UTM last year, and still the expectation of people asking question to still very less. If I go to UTP, for example, the students in UTP, they like eager to ask a lot of questions sampai I tak boleh nak I nak fikir nak jawab pun I macam tak sempat. Yes, dia senang je. Banyakkan membaca. If you do a lot of readings, then you confidence and then you will know whether this question is a good question or stupid question. To me, there's no stupid question. Just ask. Sometimes they just want to get the ball rolling tau. Once you start chatting, once you start asking, then easier. I don't see Putri struggling in our department. I can see she's surviving very well. And
Yes, I'm very, very well. It's a
kebetulan
very interesting journal.
Maybe Putri boleh share sikit.
It was great here.
It's just nasib baik sekarang ni tengah dalam COVID. Sebab kalau bukan COVID, I mean our department ni kita akan banyak travelling. Kita akan banyak do a lot of engagement with people. So kalau tak, because of this COVID, Putri ni pun dah Putri ni pun dah ikut our team pergi sana sini. Yes, correct. Yes. Yep. Because that's why I said just now, sometimes you start with a very simple question, then it slowly build up the momentum, break the ice.
Test.
Ya, itu dia.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I are Azril. My name is Shakirin Zaki. My question is, when you start to plan your journey, do you put a specific target or you put options in it? Like myself, I like to put options in all my planning. So if I cannot get to company A, I'll go for company B. That's how it is. So what do you think? Which one is better?
Okay, good question. There's always good to put an option, because if you couldn't, but like I mentioned lah, it's a journey. So in between the journey, you do not know what's going to happen. But back in your mind, you need to focus on the goal or the objective that you want to arrive. Honestly, like myself, last time, this is my own experience. When I was a diploma and degree tu, when I put two things yang I said I want to achieve, I want to join oil and gas company and then I want to get IR 430. So honestly, those two tu I tak put any alternative. Memang I was very determined. I want to go to oil and gas. No matter what, I want to go. I want to join oil and gas. Then, but if I reflect back my journey, I should have an options. So option is always good, but do not make yourself influenced and deviated by the options, because sometimes if you've put too many options and then bila you have a little bit of obstacles, then you will start thinking, oh, am I doing this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Or I'm supposed to go to that objective because I have this option. So like I said just now, you need to be gutsy. Pernah dengar the word gutsy? You need to be tenacious. So need to be tenacious, gutsy on what you want to achieve and then how you want to arrive. Contohnya lah kalau you nak balik kampung. So you very determined ni nak balik kampung, nak jumpa your parents. Tapi kalau you put options, nak pergi rumah girlfriend nombor 1, nak pergi singgah rumah girlfriend nombor 2. So sampai bila you nak sampai kampung? Betul tak? So itulah contohnya. Okay. Contohnya lah kalau you nak test diri you ni kan, anybody lah, if you want to test yourself whether you ni orang yang banyak sangat options. Kalau you pergi kedai makan. Kalau you pergi kedai makan, you tengok dekat menu. Alamak, apa aku nak order ni? Ini pun sedap juga. Ini pun sedap juga. So kalau you orang yang macam tu, then you are the one that yang memang not objective. You test yourself.
Okay, saya faham. Kalau macam saya ni, saya pilih kategori saya nak kerja engineering. Option saya adalah company je. No, scope is still there.
Okay, that's good. Because you know you want to work in engineering, but you put options what company. And then you apply all this company. That's good.
Thank you for answering.
Okay, no problem. Yep, I think I've said enough. So hopefully you find some takeaway from today's punya talk. Now hopefully you get something. And then if you still want to get connected, like I said, just get connected with me in future. I'm okay. Thank you very much. Boleh, boleh. Boleh.
Tak memang
Bagus.
prepare.
I like the attitude. But kudos, thank you to Nuse. You have wrap it well and you have moderate this well. That's like I said just now lah, I thought you are not a student. So siapa yang mengambil ni? Semua buka, ramai lagi tak buka. So I hope in future I would like to see more UiTM graduates in Petronas in big multinational companies.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all.
So Dr. Nick, ada apa-apa before kita ni?
Tak ada apa, saya cuma ucap terima kasih kepada Ayat Azril. Terima kasih juga kepada yang terlibat, moderator kita dan semualah pelajar-pelajar semua mahasiswa-mahasiswa. Saya harapkan kita semua dapat satu kesian untuk manfaat kita bersama daripada Ayat Azril. Saja dari saya, terima kasih dan jumpa lagi untuk program yang akan datang. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sure,
InsyaAllah
insyaAllah.
Ayat. Jumpa lagi insyaAllah.